Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video from OtakuDaiKun. This is Lessons in Magecraft 21 Ultimate Ones. Now this has been recommended to me to watch, and this does look really interesting because from Lost Spell 5 I got to know about these things about I think notes, and there were a few things about Ultimate Ones and all the other things which I have no clue about. People kind of let me know about a few of the important points through the comments, but I'm guessing this video will help me to understand a bit more about the origin of the Type Moon franchise, how it all started, and what's the major theory and how everything goes, the foundation of the Type Moon franchise. So I'm quite excited. Now, I already had an interest to react to a few videos from OtakuDaiKun. He does amazing lore videos, and I've watched a few of them, and it was really good, and helped me to really know about a lot of different backstory of these servants. So I had plans on reacting to them, so I asked him through email if I am allowed to react to his videos, and he said that I am allowed to do it, but I will have to what do you call it, pause in the middle and add my own commentary to it. So what I usually do in my videos is I watch everything then talk about it, but I'm not going to be doing it like that. I'll be pausing in the mid video, and I'll be giving my discussion and my thoughts about it midway and throughout the whole video. That's how I'm going to do this. So yeah, and since he he gave me the permissions, if you guys want any other videos from OtakuDaiKun for me to react to, let me know in the comment section and I'll definitely react to them in the future. But for now, let's get started. Obviously the link to the original video will be given down in the description box. It'll take you to the original video, and yeah, let's get started then. So this is Lessons in Magecraft 21. I'm guessing there are a few others as well, maybe from yeah, this is number 21. So there's a lot other videos on this as well. Yeah, I can see Lesson in Magecraft 20 Divine Constructs. Wow, 23 Dead Apostle Ancestors. These are interesting. Okay. Anyways, this is number 21, so Ultimate Ones. Let's get started then. Here we go.
I presume you're here in order to learn of magecraft.
Yep.
I'll have you know, there's no room for the weak-willed in this course. And despite your best efforts, the sorcery of our time is but a fraction of what it once was in the Age of Gods.
Okay, yeah,
Much of
definitely.
The craft is established through pedigree, and the culture of mages is riddled with deception and moral depravity. That said, if you insist, I shall do my best to educate you in this miserable, yet fascinating world.
Lessons in Magecraft. Okay, here we go.
In our previous lesson, I covered divine constructs, despite the fact that apart from through heroic spirits, most mages of our time will likely never experience them.
Okay, just a sec. Divine constructs. I do think I kind of know about it, but probably not in a very well detailed fashion. So I might have to check out the other video as well. But anyways, I do know about divine constructs, but maybe not to the extent that I think I know. So, but yeah, anyways, let's resume.
Nonetheless, I deemed it worthy knowledge as a glimpse of the world beyond our reach. After all, without dreams or aspirations, one cannot hope to surpass one's limits. To continue in that vein, I will cover types, or ultimate ones, the supreme beings that represent the cosmos we inhabit. Naturally, this lesson will be more abstract than what I've covered prior. Our knowledge is limited, and what we do know is based on knowledge obtained from other worlds, ones in which history play out quite differently than our own. Indeed, most of our knowledge on the Ultimate Ones comes from documentation, notes, as it were, chronicling a parallel world where mankind has been ravaged by pollution and warfare. In this world, mankind maintained itself through artificial enhancement, becoming an enhanced race known as Liners. They fought against a threat of their own creation, the A-rays. These foes were the product of genetically combining humans with other forms of life.
Wait a minute. Okay, this is a little bit complicated. Liners, A-rays. a different parallel world. Everything has been accounted through notes. We don't have any actual confirmation. And okay, so oh, and they call them type, and I guess that's where the whole type moon name comes from. Okay, okay, I feel like I really will have to pause multiple times because this is kind of complicated. Okay, genetically combining these with other life forms or life beings. Okay.
On their dead planet, declared the Land of Steel, mankind fought the A-rays in what was known as Babel's Tale, the Great War. It was during this war that the Ultimate Ones appeared as an even greater threat, seeking to exterminate all remaining life. The humans of the Land of Steel called these beings Aristoteles, extraordinary creatures hailing from other planets in the solar system.
Other planets? Oh. Oh, okay, okay. Not even in this.
We know that just as our own Earth has the will of Gaia, other celestial bodies in our universe possess a degree of consciousness. The likes of Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Venus, and Pluto possess their own unique wills, and the Ultimate Ones exist as avatars of those wills.
Oh!
In another sense, they are the planet's respective ambassadors.
Wait, so Earth also has like an Ultimate One, I'm guessing? Like, as he said, like ambassadors. So Earth's will, Gaia's will. I'm guessing it also has something. Okay.
Capable of invoking destruction on a planetary scale. Unlike mortal beings, the Ultimate Ones lack a traditional concept of death and are exceptionally difficult to harm. Thus, when the planet died, Gaia cried out with a wish to exterminate the humans who managed to outlive it, and the Ultimate Ones were sent to comply with this wish. The threat they posed was enough to provoke both the humans and the A-rays to forego their war and work together to survive.
Wow.
Nonetheless, destruction was inevitable. The first to receive Gaia's plea was Type Mercury, otherwise known as Oort. Leaving far in advance of the other types, Mercury came to Earth prior to the Common Era and...
Okay, I have to go back a little bit. Okay, the first one who received the plea was Mercury, and the Ultimate One was Oort. I think that's what he said. So, all right. So the Earth died, was almost dying, obviously because of the pollution and everything. And at his, like his last moments, Gaia let out a cry, which all the other planets heard the plea from, and their Ultimate Ones responded. Mercury being the first one.
Oort.
Okay, let me go back a little bit.
Destruction was inevitable. The first to receive Gaia's plea was Type Mercury, otherwise known as Oort.
Oort.
Leaving far in advance of the other types, Mercury came to Earth prior to the Common Era and took to hibernating in its Crystal Valley in South America. It would remain there until the arrival of the other types. Among the Ultimate Ones, Type Saturn acted as a relay point to facilitate communication.
Okay, I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. This was told in the final portion of Lost Bell 5, wasn't it? In Olympus, that what's his name? Beryl. Yeah, Beryl said that I'm going to... No, not Beryl, sorry. Rasputin. Rasputin said that I'm going to, to wake... Not wake him, but I'm going to the place where he slumbers. So since Oort was called before, it went to slumber and decided to just wait until all the others come. And that's why it's still in hibernation or in slumber. Interesting. Okay.
The other types. Among the Ultimate Ones, Type Saturn acted as a relay point to facilitate communication between them. In the shape of a 3,000-meter flying cross, it unleashed electromagnetic shockwaves from its body that devastated the planet's surface on impact, boring into the ground to cause earthquakes, leaving behind wastelands strewn with cross-shaped piercings in the ground. By far the most destructive of the Ultimate Ones was Type Jupiter. A black humanoid giant made of photon gas emanating from an artificial sun as its core. It reached Earth and attacked the planet's western continent, killing most of its inhabitants without incurring any damage. This rampage continued until Ado Edem, one of the ether liners, mankind's knights. He wielded one of only 2 weapons capable of defeating the types.
One of the 2 weapons?
His weapon, /Emperor, was a planet-consuming blade that could grow in size to match its opponent. With it, OtakuDaiKun cleaved Type Jupiter with a single strike. And while this ended their bout, it caused Type Jupiter's core to go berserk, torching the remains of the western continent.
Wait, is
The
this
victim of this devastation was a man
No.
nicknamed Gun God. The attacks on the continent robbed him of his family, and so he naturally sought revenge. While weak compared to the Etherliners and A-Rays, Gun God made up for that weakness with his weapon Black Barrel, which he dug up from the ruins of Atlasia.
Okay, wait. So, wow, okay, this is really complicated. Alright, so I think I need to watch this multiple times to actually understand what's happening. So, oh my god. So, Type Jupiter was the most strongest or the most devastating. And I think what was the name of the guy who's used the weapon?
Only two weapons capable of defeating the types.
No, not this.
Humanoid giant made of photon gas
Not this.
continent continued until OtakuDaiKun.
OtakuDaiKun. Okay, this guy. So this person used this weapon to try to stop Jupiter. Type Jupiter, I'm
His
guessing.
weapon, /Emperor,
Emperor. The name is
was a
Emperor.
planet-consuming blade that could grow
Planet-consuming
in size
blade.
to match its opponent.
Okay.
With it, OtakuDaiKun cleaved Type Jupiter with a single strike.
Okay, cleave
And while
strike
this
Type
ended
Jupiter.
their
Okay.
bout, it caused Type Jupiter's core to go berserk, torching
Okay.
the remains of the western continent.
Okay, that's where this guy got his family was
Victim of
killed.
this devastation was a man nicknamed Gun
Gun God.
The
Okay.
attacks on the continent robbed him of his family, and so he naturally sought revenge. While weak compared to the Etherliners and A-Rays, Gun God made up for that weakness with his weapon Black Barrel, which he
Okay.
dug up from the ruins of Atlasia. Surely from previous lessons you recognize this conceptual
Yeah.
weapon, as it also exists in our world. It is a dangerous weapon that imposes a lifespan upon even immortal beings.
Okay.
Thus, along with /Emperor, it was the only other weapon capable of killing the Ultimate Ones.
Emperor and
Upon
okay,
finding
Black.
this
Okay.
weapon, Gun God
Barrel.
began to learn how to fire it. When Type Pluto attempted to enter the atmosphere,
Pluto.
the Six Sisters, rulers of the A-Rays, gave their lives to prevent it. Their
Six
feud
Sisters.
resulted in both parties being destroyed. Upon defeat, Type Pluto's blood scattered across the planet, and before perishing, the Six Sisters surrounded the planet with a barrier known as the Cloud Sky, which served to repel the other types. One of the types suspended in this cloud was Type Venus, a massive
Suspended.
carnivorous plant with a shape resembling a fish with a tree on its back. It remained docile while the other types invaded, using this time to analyze the planet before eventually starting its descent.
Oh my god, this is really complicated. Obviously, because they're kind of summarizing it. There's like so much information. Wait, so Type Pluto attacked the sisters of the Astas, I think that's what the name is. Yeah, they tried to stop it and made the cloud thing as which acts as a barrier, and Venus got trapped in it. Like what? Okay, just a sec. Let me check that part again.
Being destroyed. Upon defeat, Type Pluto's blood scattered across the planet, and
Okay.
before perishing, the Six Sisters surrounded the planet with a barrier known as the Cloud Sky,
There
which
you go.
served to repel the other types.
Okay.
One of the types suspended in this cloud was Type Venus,
Type
a
Venus.
massive carnivorous plant with a shape resembling a fish with a tree on its back.
So this
it
is
remained
Type Venus?
docile while the other types invaded, using this time to analyze the planet before eventually starting its descent.
Okay.
To combat this descent, the planet's residents formed an operation called Bird Drop, and Gun God
Drop.
joined this operation to fulfill his desire for revenge.
Okay.
Of the airborne forces attacking Type Venus, Gun God's plane was the only survivor, and the operation ended in success when he shot Type Venus in the forehead with Black
Okay.
Barrel. This put
Okay.
Venus into an eternal sleep, and its corpse crash-landed on the planet. Had it reached the surface alive, Venus would have succeeded in exterminating humanity. But thanks
Oh.
to Gun God, such a fate was avoided. To monitor the sleeping creature, a base called the City of World Trees was built upon its corpse, nestled
of
beneath its
World-
wings, which were referred to as the leaves of Yggdrasil. This brought forth both
Whoa.
salvation and calamity. Unlike the dead planet, Venus's body was safely habitable, and so people began to live there among its thriving vegetation.
Wow, oh my god. Okay. Alright, let me settle down. Okay,
At the same time, its body left behind angel-type predation terminals, violent spores that take the shape of angels. Had it lived, Type Venus would have spread billions of these angels across the planet, but in its dormant state, these angels instead emerged at manageable intervals. To quell their numbers, angel hunters were recruited, and Gun God made a full-time income from this profession. Combat against the types had calmed for a time, at least compared to their initial descent. The liners and A-rays found shelter in the leaves of Yggdrasil, which extended from Venus's body far into the sky. However, this protection was temporary, as both Type Uranus and Type Neptune took to gradually destroying these leaves. Over the 5 years after being shot down, Type Venus lingered, ingesting the concepts of the liners. It learned about humanity, and hoping to learn even more, it projected a human form of itself, appearing as one of the angels. In this humanoid form, named VV, she lived among the residents of the World Tree, and came to love them. Knowing that awakening her true body would release the remaining angels, she decided to remain dormant to give the liners and A-rays a home.
Vivi. Where have I heard that name before? Vivi. I guess it's a very common name, that's why it seems... Yeah. I think that's why it seems very... like I recognize that name. It's a very common Vivi, okay. It was probably in some different anime, I've heard. Anyways, let's resume. So basically what happened is, so Type Venus, even though Type Venus came to destroy the world, like she was shot down and she fell down and went into a dormant state, and the tree was sprouted and it started protecting everyone who took in, inhabited it. All the A-rays and the liners. And that's why since it was part of Venus's body, Venus was in a dormant state, she started getting attached to humanity, and that's why she made a outer projection and decided to stay dormant, otherwise all the other angels will be released, because she now loves humanity. So okay, interesting.
Eventually, she sought out Gun God, the man who shot her, and decided to break into his apartment. She described herself as an angel, wanting to be of use to him. At first, Gun God refused the offer, throwing her out and even checking himself into a hospital to ensure his sanity. Through persistence, however, she continued to show up in his apartment, playing a guitar belonging to his deceased sister, until eventually, Gun God reluctantly allowed her to stay. He even increased his quota for hunting the wild angel spores in order to pay for her living expenses. While she explained she focused on him because he had killed her, she never outright revealed her true identity. Instead, she simply lived with him, taking over her share of the housework. Her understanding of humanity improved, her love deepened, yet her skill at the guitar remained lackluster. Nonetheless, her sincere optimism grew on Gun God, and as he began to open up to her, he found himself falling in love. Again, their peace was only momentary. Not only had Uranus and Neptune destroyed the remaining leaves at Yggdrasil, but now Type Saturn had resumed its assault, heading straight for the city.
Okay, wait. Type Saturn, the one who was the relay point. Okay, so now Type Saturn is directly trying to attack us, I guess. Another thing. So is Kiritsuga and Iris Wheels what do you call them? Concept from them? They really kind of look like Kiritsugu. Obviously Gun God looks a lot like Kiritsugu. And I guess you could also say that Vivi, I think that was her name, she also kind of looks like Iris Field a little bit, if you really kind of stretch it. I think so. So I'm assuming their concept, Kiritsuga and Iris Field's concept, was from here.
A strike force was assembled to respond to the threat, and for his bravery during the fight against Venus, Gun God was recruited once more. Before the operation, VV decided to tell him about her true form, explaining that now all she wanted was to be a real angel, to give proper form to humanity's fantasies. She believed that humanity could not win against Type Saturn, but despite their inevitable demise, she would not return to her main body and flee. She would die for humanity's sake, admitting that the Ultimate Ones should never have attacked humans simply because they were asked to, not without deciding for themselves.
Okay.
Gun God also admitted humanity's fault for living on while their planet died. Before departing, he confessed his love to her and left her with his sister's guitar as a keepsake. Once more, Gun God boarded a plane, taking to battle against the Ultimate Ones. Unlike his previous outing, however, he did not survive. Instead, his plane was damaged by an arrow of light, and its onboard AI malfunctioned. He had his A-Ray co-pilot evacuate, and died alone when the plane flew too close to the enemy. At best, his assault only managed to alter Type Saturn's course, not actually damaging it.
Okay.
Ultimately, however, Saturn was defeated, not by Gun God, but by the return of Otto-Edom and his Emperor.
Oh, okay, he's
It is
back.
at this point that our notes on this world trickle out. Presumably, humanity enters its final battle against the remaining Ultimate Ones, with the status of types Mercury, Mars, and even Type Moon being unconfirmed.
Type Moon.
Of course, you might be wondering what this tale has to do with our world of mages and magecraft.
Okay. Type Mercury, type... Wait a minute. Ooh. Okay, just a second. Let me resume
It
that.
is at this point that our notes on this world trickle out. Presumably, humanity enters its final battle against the remaining Ultimate Ones, with the status of types Mercury, Mars, and even Type Moon being unconfirmed.
Wait, wasn't Mars... No, wait. Oh my god. I'm already forgetting the stuff that was said in the beginning. Type Mercury. Oh, Type Mercury is in slumber, isn't it? Yeah. Type Mars and Type Moon. These are the first time we've heard them. Okay, so Type Mercury is still in slumber, probably because all the other types have not come, and the other two, Type Moon and Type... Okay, we don't know about them. Wait, so is there like a Type Sun as well? Because Type Moon... So... I wonder. Type Sun? I don't know. Anyways.
Of course, you might be wondering what this tale has to do with our world of mages and magecraft.
Yeah.
Well, as it turns out, parts of this story do in fact carry right into our world. Locked within the Atlas Academy is the very same black barrel mentioned in the notes.
Okay.
Its replica is wielded by the alchemist Sion.
Yeah, oh, from Multiverse.
Gaia has yet to call for humanity's destruction. The types in our solar system do still exist, two of which we've even encountered in the past.
Wait,
for example, while the moon is not a planet per se, it does have a creature worth categorizing as an Ultimate One. Type Moon, then, is a being known as Brunstad of the Crimson Moon.
Oh!
Just because our world hasn't sunken as low as the one in the notes I described, the fact still stands that humanity is a threat to the planet. Even our Gaia acknowledges this, and 4,000 years ago...
Wait, Brunstad... Is Arcid... That's Arcid, isn't it? From Tsukihime? So she's the... Wait. I played Tsukihime a long time ago. I don't remember anything about it. So... Let me know. So is Tsukihime... is Arcid from Tsukihime the one... which is the real identity of Type Moon? Is that?
Is an Ultimate One.
Okay.
Type Moon, then, is a being known as Brunstad of the Crimson Moon.
Brunstad of the Crimson Moon.
Just because our world hasn't sunken as low as the one in the notes I described, the fact still stands that humanity is a threat to the planet. Even our Gaia acknowledges this, and 4,000 years ago, it reached out to the moon for protection. Brunstad was granted the ability to live on Earth in exchange for keeping humanity in check. As such, he attempted to conquer the planet as his own kingdom. However, his reign came to an end when the mage Kisher Zelret Schweinorg slayed him with the second magic, Kaleidoscope. Their battle was truly worthy of being labeled epic.
Oh!
During their confrontation, Brunstad caused an event called the Moonfall, creating a mirror image of the moon and dropping it on Earth. Only Zelret's access to limitless mana could have hoped to push it away. In the end, not even Brunstad's Alt Nagel, a destructive, far-reaching pillar of wind, would earn him the victory. Unwilling to accept his defeat, Brunstad birthed his legacy, creating the true ancestors in his image. They lived in his stead as spirits that would protect nature from humanity.
Oh my god. Okay, so that answers my question. No, that was not. Type Crimson, Type Moon. Type Moon Crimson. No, Brunstad. Oh my god. Yeah. Brunstad of the Crimson Moon. Okay, yeah. So that's someone else. Okay. So I'm guessing that, oh my god, there's so many things I need to know. What the hell? Like I also need some like, you know, what can I say, like, you know, some little to, like, you know, learn about the whole like, you know, true ancestors and all that stuff, because Tsukihime was so long ago, I don't remember anything. And I remember the whole Lost Belt tree, where in Fate Grand Order a true ancestor, the topic of true ancestor comes in. So I do need to get to know about those as well, because these are the concepts that sometimes kind of confuses me whenever, like, you know, it comes up in the game and everything. So okay, let me go back a little bit. Oh, now one thing I have to say, Zelric, I think that was his name. This guy who we usually use in Fate Grand Order, CE Kaleidoscope. So that's what it is. Okay, and you know what the funny thing is, like, you know, in the narration, like, you know, he's saying that he has limitless mana. So that kind of makes sense why Kaleidoscope gives us like an 80% NP gauge at the beginning. And if it's limit broken, it gives like 100% NP gauge because of limitless mana, you know. that's kind of, like, you know, kind of clever for, like, you know, the devs of FGO to kind of relate that with this, and interesting. Okay, so this guy and the Type Moon, they fought. And okay, let me go back a little bit and listen to it again.
A destructive, far-reaching pillar of wind.
A little bit.
Zelrech's access to limitless mana could have hoped to push it away.
Okay.
In the end, not even Brunstad's Alt Nagel, a destructive, far-reaching pillar of wind, would earn him the victory.
Okay, he lost.
Unwilling to accept his defeat,
okay,
Brunstad birthed his legacy, creating the true ancestors in his image. They lived in his stead as spirits that would protect nature from humanity. Brunstad's consciousness lived on through a reality marble, the Millennium Castle Brunstad, where he would remain until one of his true ancestors reached his level of purity. Then, he would spiritually possess them as his new body. Despite their immense power, the true ancestors were flawed children. They each contained only a small piece of the Crimson Moon inside of them. As a result, they succumbed to bloodlust. Needing to keep themselves in check, the true ancestors gave birth to Arcuade Brunstad as their princess. It is in her initial state that she resonates most with the Crimson Moon, a form known as Archetype Earth. While she is not technically an ultimate one, as there is no official Type Earth, the authority of her marble phantasm is strong enough that she can toy with the planet at her leisure, such as playing pinball with the continents, or melting the poles on a whim.
Oh my god, what?
The other ultimate one we've encountered in our history is Type Mercury, or Ort as we often call it.
Ort, okay, here we go.
Just as in the notes, Ort descended to Earth, landing in South America prior to the Common Era.
There you go.
It remains in hibernation, only ever attacking those that disturb it. Of course, various parties, including Dead Apostle ancestors, have done just that, either to destroy or awaken it, only to be annihilated as a result. Its form is like a 40-meter-tall spider, with an outer skin more flexible and durable than any substance found on Earth. It is faster than a servant, and just as deadly as the beast Primate Murder. The area around its dwelling distorts reality. Mages call it Crystal Valley for the alien crystalline substance that inhabits the space, in the shape of a spider's web surrounded by crystal towers. In summation, the Ultimate Ones are, as the name implies, the ultimate beings from their respective planets. They each embody their own planet's wills and possess the power to eliminate all life on Earth. Thankfully, such wrath is not descended upon our world specifically, and the majority of our knowledge comes from notes describing a dead world that has experienced their terror. Odds are, this knowledge will never directly affect your practice of magecraft, but being in tune with our world's workings and history will help you broaden your perspective.
Okay, so basically what this whole thing is that we get from notes what is happening, but we in our world have not actually, like, you know, went through these things. Like, our Gaia has not gotten into that stage where it cried for help, and that's why all these information that we have is something that we got to know from other worlds or through notes. And that means we have the information, but we don't know or not have seen it. Like it's kind of like a very like like an urban legend, you could say. We know that these things exist. No, not an urban legend. What am I saying? Like what can I say? Like something that you've not like obviously like I am here like and I live in my country, and there's like so many countries that I've not went to, but I do know that these exist. It's basically kind of like that. Like we have information that these types exist, and these have like the power to eradicate the whole of humanity. We know that, but we have not seen them still. They might come, however, if Gaia actually goes into such a stage that it cries out for help. And one of them, the type Mercury, is in the... Wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. Gaia has still not asked for help. Then how is type Mercury in South America now? Like, since Gaia asked for help, that's why type Mercury is the first one who came, didn't he? And went into slumber, waiting for the other types to come. So only when Gaia asked for help, type Mercury started moving and came to South America. So why is in our world type Mercury is still in slumber? Like, he shouldn't have come here because Gaia never asked for help. Can you let me know about this? Like, or am I like misunderstanding something? Like, shouldn't that how it go? It should go. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused about this part. But anyways, most of the things I've understood. And yeah, so there's basically these are concepts that we know exist, but we have not seen. We might see in the future. Let me go back a little bit.
Things in history will help you broaden your perspective. Having introduced Brunstad of the Crimson Moon, I plan to dedicate our next lesson to his children, the true ancestors, and the beings that result from them, the dead apostles.
The dead apostles. Okay, is that the end? Oh, wow.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.
If you enjoy this channel,
So there you go. That was everything about Ultimate Ones. And now let me know if you want me to react to the other ones from this lessons in Magecraft. It is 21. He said that he's going to talk about the children, that is the true ancestors. Yeah, the true ancestors they're going to talk about in the next one and all that. If you want me to react to any of the other ones in this series, let me know and I will do it eventually. But here, this was very informative. A lot of things I got to know here, and I will probably forget most of them, but I will come back to this video in the future multiple times, like especially when Lost Belt 6 will start. That's a long way ahead in the future when Lost Belt 6 will start. I've heard that in Lost Belt 6 there's a lot of things that need some reference from you need a little bit of information about the Ultimate Ones, this and that, so that you can understand Lost Belt 6 a little bit better. So by the time Lost Belt 6 comes out, I'll probably come back again to this video later on my own and watch this video again, just to get a little reminder and a refresh in my mind, because I will probably forget. There's so much information that I'll probably forget most of them, but I do have the basic concept in grasp now. I do know what they are. I do know and interestingly, I got to know a bit about Tsukihime as well, who is Arshid. I got to know about that. So she's like the princess who is like the what do you call it, who keeps an eye on the true ancestors, just so that they don't go crazy or something. And she is the one who is probably the closest to type Moon, like closest in form in nature, as you said. So okay, like I'm guessing these were all actually told in Tsukihime and I just forgot. But yeah, that was interesting. So type Moon, all right, type Moon was Brunstad, and he tried to he come to Earth, and Zelrek, he stopped him and defeated him using kaleidoscope, and not able to give up, not wanting to give up, made like a reality marble of the castle, and made some children on, like, in his own form, who are kind of like him, true ancestors. But the true ancestors grow crazy because of their connection, and he kept waiting for that one true ancestor who will be able to become as pure and as powerful as him. Then he's going to possess that true ancestor and get a new body and become stronger. But that time never came, and since these true ancestors kind of go crazy and everything due to the bloodlust or whatever, he made Alfred to control them. Okay, that was another interesting information. So many things we got to know. And the only question I have, as I said, is like, according to like the information, Gaia asked for help. That's why in the other parallel worlds or parallel universes, the types, they listened to her plea and came to Earth to eradicate humanity. Type Mercury was the first one, so Gaia asking for help was the trigger. That's why Type Mercury came and started slumbering in South America. So why in this world is Type Mercury here? Like, Gaia never asked for help here. She still has not asked for help. Maybe in the future she will, but she has still not asked for help. So why is Type Mercury already here? This is one question that I'm having now. Like, or am I misunderstanding something? I'm probably misunderstanding something. Let me know. So yeah, wow, that's a very good video. Wow, this really cleared a few doubts I had, and I got to know about so many new things, and all these new, these ultimate ones, these types, and I had another question where I said, like, is there like a type Earth? But from this video I got to know that no, there's no type Earth. So okay, I guess maybe, like, I guess you can say Gaia is type Earth. Can you say that, or no? Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, Gaia is type Earth, isn't it? Because it's like, as I said, the the thing, the consciousness, or yeah, the consciousness, or the will of the world. That's what the types are. So I guess you can call Gaia as type Earth, can't you? No, wait a minute. I think I'm making a mistake. You know what? Let me go check the first part again. Oh, I'm mixing up stuff again. Okay, ultimate ones are the avatars of the wills. Okay, so they're not the same. Gaia and the type, Gaia is not the type of type Earth. So the wills are the wills of the planet, and their avatar is the type. Earth doesn't have one. That means Earth has the will, which is Gaia, but it does not have a type. That there's no avatar of Gaia, because if there was an avatar of Gaia that is type Earth would have destroyed humanity, wouldn't it? Like, Gaia wouldn't have to ask for help from others. Like, type Earth itself would be enough to deal with it, I think. So that's why Gaia had to ask for help from the other planets, because it does not have an avatar on its own. I think that's how it goes. So yeah. So another thing that I'm thinking about, so is there like a type Sun? Because there's type Moon, why not type Sun? And if there's like a type Moon, we know there's like multiple natural satellites of the different planets. Like Jupiter has multiple satellites, natural satellites. Like all the other planets also have multiple natural satellites. So do each of these natural satellites have a type on its own? I'm guessing. So that would mean that not only are the planets that have their own types, their satellites, their natural satellites would also have their types of their own. So that means there's a lot of types if you think about it that way. Like I feel like wait a minute, how many satellites does Jupiter have? Jupiter natural satellites, moons of Jupiter, 80 natural satellites. So will that mean that Jupiter itself has like 80, like, you know, Jupiter, all the other satellites of Jupiter have their own type, like 80 types. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Like Earth only has one natural satellite, the moon, and there is a type moon. So why not, you know, for the other natural satellites, won't they have their own types? I don't know. These are a few questions that I'm thinking about now. But yeah, most of the things I really understood very much. Let me know about that little like, you know, the thing that I have a problem with. Like, what about Oort type Mercury? What's up with that? Why is it in natural? Why is it in slumber in North America? Because Gaia in our world has still not asked for help. That's like one question I'm having. Let me know about it. Anyways, that's it. That was a fantastic video. Loved it. And as I said, if you want me to react to more from this series, you know, let me know in the comment section which one I should react to, all that. And yeah, in the future I'll do that. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. This became a huge long video. I had to just pause and just read all the different sections to understand properly. And yeah, thanks for watching. This was my reaction to Lessons in Magecraft 22, the ultimate ones from OtakuDaiKun. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. And if you want me to react to other videos from OtakuDaiKun, let me know in the comments. That's it. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys within a few more days with another fate related video. So until then, goodbye and have a nice day.